It's all in context of the times. Right now we have the situation of Xstrata in Sudbury, an absolute debacle in the community. It's hit the region like an economic neutron bomb. But it's not just an isolated plant closing. This is the result of the twin pillars of conservative ideology, which is indifference and incompetence in addressing the economy. Let us back up 2 years to the former industry minister. Now someday it'll be a trivia pursuit question to say, who was the minister at the time when we lost the two great mining giants of Canada overnight? I'm sure many of the listeners back home will be wondering. I'll give 2 clues. Julie Couillard, the whole Ma Boucher thing. Oh, that famous member. Well, he was the industry minister. And at that time, Falconbridge and Inco were attempting to get a merger so that we could make the synergies of the industrial basin of Sudbury actually come together. And Inco was having problems with their regulatory approvals, and the industry committee, not just the New Democrats, but the industry committee said, hold off on the hostile takeover by the corporate raider Xstrata until we can assure that at least there's another bid on the table. It wasn't to say force Falconbridge to marry Inco, but to give Canadian companies the chance, because they were being held up by international regulatory approvals. This minister did nothing, because it's not the role of the Conservatives to be involved in the economy in any way unless it's to sell off the great assets of Canada. So overnight, we lost the twin jewels of Canadian mining. Falconbridge went to Xstrata, and Inco went to Vale in Brazil. And we lost the synergies of the Sudbury Basin. But at the time, there was all guffaws from the government side because it was the good times. And you know, Madam Speaker, in the good times, any idiotic company can make money. That's not a problem. In the good times, nobody's worrying about who's paying the bills. But the question, and we ask this again and again, what happens when the bust comes? What happens when the bust comes? Because nickel mining is cyclical. So now the bust has come. And the only thing the people in Sudbury had to protect them was an assurance by the government that a contract had been written to say that Xstrata would agree in exchange for taking one of the key assets of the Canadian mining industry, that there would be 3 years without layoffs. Well, they haven't even reached the 3 years. And now we've heard the industry minister claim, oh, don't worry, I stepped up to the fore and I got Xstrata to offer some new money. Well, that's, Madam Speaker, that's a lark.